What is going on, everybody? Welcome in. It is the Fantasy Alarm NFL Game Day live stream. I'm your host, Howard Bender. With me, of course, Jen Piacenti. What's up, Jen? How are you? We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Week 15 semifinals for a lot of people. How are you holding up today?
I'm holding up pretty well, but I got to tell you, there's a lot of action going on. My Twitter account's blowing up. A lot of questions.
There's always a lot of questions. Folks, do me a favor. We are broadcasting live here on Facebook, Periscope, YouTube. If you have questions for us, you're more than welcome to fill them into the chat. If we don't get to your questions, go to fantasyalarm.com. We've got our NFL Game Day chat right over there. Adam Ronis, John Mpemba, James Grande, Sean Mitchell, Dan Malin, Matt Sells. They're all in there. They're all helping you guys out with whatever you can, because Jen, if there's one thing I've learned, it's get the heck off of Twitter on Sunday mornings. I mean, it's like a nightmare at times. It really is. You say you're not going to be on Twitter answering questions, boom, you get 50 more right on top of it.
People want answers.
You're probably picking up my slack this morning, and I appreciate that. You do the heavy lifting. I don't need to do it anymore. People driving me insane.
Howard Bender, the hardest working man in fantasy football.
Right? Kills himself the day after the season ends.
Well, I think we should take up a collection to send Howard to Hawaii for the entire month of February. Who's in? We'll start a GoFundMe page. We'll just send you there. We'll get you like a drink with an umbrella, maybe like some dancing girls, some hula, tiki torches. It'll be great.
You know what? I don't think I'd mind that. I don't think I would mind that at all. So let's see. What do we got going down here in the wonderful world of the NFL? I guess everybody's buzzing right now because there's a report that maybe Julian Edelman doesn't play. Now, he's been dealing with the shoulder injury for a while. That's nothing new. They're claiming that the knee injury is now what they're looking at as far as pushing him into, whether or not that's going to be, whether he's going to be able to go. What are you doing with Edelman as far as your lineups go?
I'm still starting Edelman. And I mean, I'm obviously watching the news. If at the last minute that they say he's not playing, I'll switch it. But right now I'm not too worried.
Yeah. You know what? For me, in my season-long leagues, until they tell me he's actually out, I'm definitely staying with him. DFS, I might hedge a little bit, So it sort of becomes an expensive GPP play. I don't necessarily know if I want to jam him into my cash lineups. There are definitely enough options at the wide receiver position that we can kind of pivot to for that part.
Definitely.
So, weather issues. We're hearing that there is snow in Lincoln, Nebraska right now, about an inch on the ground, and that storm front is pushing over towards Kansas City. So you could get some snow during that game today. That is, I don't know. To me, you know what? I'm in on Philip Lindsay all day here today. Yep. I don't necessarily know if there's anybody else from that team that, from that game that I'm really pushing this week. I think I can do without it. What about you?
I feel the same way, and I feel like that just encourages me a little bit more about Lindsay, and that's about all I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, again, season long, I'm fine with Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. These are guys that you don't bench, and I don't care about the weather. We've seen guys play in the snow before. They're used to it in Kansas City. They've done it before, so I'm not freaking out about that.
No.
Not at all. But I think that's.
And I'm not freaking about 19-degree weather for Chicago and Green Bay either. These guys do this all the time. They're fine.
Which is amazing to me. Like those offensive linemen who wear like no sleeves, and I'm just like, I just want to slap them on the arm. I just imagine that, that alone. Like if I were in that kind of cold weather and somebody slapped me on the arm, I'd be like,
I don't know if I would even feel it. I think I would just be numb. Maybe that's how they do it. It's actually frozen. It's just going to snap off.
Right. Well, all right. Well, so those are some of the notes. I've got a couple of more notes in the optimal lineups, the example lineups write up. I'll be posting example lineups after this live stream. So, Jen, are you ready? You want to just get right to it?
Yeah, let's get down to it.
All right. Start off here with our friends on Periscope. Breeze or Deshaun Watson?
Watson.
Yeah, I mean, I love them both.
Love
How
them
do you, how
both.
do you, you know, it's Watson, I think, I mean, he's going to have Fuller back. That Tennessee secondary is all sorts of beaten up, but I mean, man, Breeze at home.
Also
Against
great.
Colts, so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you on Watson here. Half point PPR, Josh Jacobs, Mostert, or Debo Samuel. The word is that Jacobs is supposed to play. I haven't seen anything contrary to that, but does that make you nervous at all?
A little bit nervous that he might be limited. The easiest play would be if Josh Jacobs weren't playing and you knew you would just be able to play DeAndre Washington. Josh Jacobs playing, I think I might go Mostert in this situation.
I agree. I'm very, there's part of me that's just kind of nervous about Jacobs. I know they're saying he's good to go, that they're saying he doesn't need surgery to correct the problem. But the last thing you need is for him to lower that shoulder, take a hit, and then just be like, you know what? I'm out.
Yeah.
All right. Half point PPR, Melvin Gordon, Austin Eckler, Joe Mixon, already playing Keenan Allen. Need to pick two.
I might go Eckler in this case.
Would you go all Chargers or Mixon?
I think I would go Mixon and Eckler.
I agree. McLaurin or Miles Sanders?
Miles Sanders.
McLaurin or Will Fuller?
Will Fuller.
Mostert or Freeman? I'm going to assume they mean
Mostert.
Devonta.
Yeah.
Freeman also. Here's one just right up your alley, Jen. Kyler Murray or Baker Mayfield?
Kyler Murray.
Going Kyler Murray. I like Kyler Murray for cash games, Baker Mayfield for GPP if you're playing some DFS. Mostert or Michael Gallup?
Mostert.
Perriman, Tyler Boyd, Debo Samuel, Anthony Miller need two.
I would go Samuel and Miller.
Samuel and Miller. Beautiful. Tyler Higbee or Jared Cook?
Tyler Higbee.
I agree. He's one of my favorite tight ends this week. Need one. PPR. Kenyon Drake, James Conner, David Montgomery, or Darius Slayton?
Ooh. I might go Darius Slayton.
Yeah, I think I might too. I don't really know what to expect out of the Bears with Matt Nagy and how much work he's going to give to Montgomery. Connor's supposed to play, but again, we're dealing with. They already said he's going to share snaps with Benny Snell and Jalen Samuels, and then there's Kenyon Drake.
Yeah,
Edelman, Slayton, Miles Sanders, half point PPR.
Well, check Edelman's health. I would go Edelman first, but then I would pivot to Miles Sanders.
Agreed. Mixon or Kirk?
Kirk.
Jimmy G or Matty Ice?
Jimmy G.
John Brown, Zach Pascal, Odell Beckham. Just pick one for a PPR.
Zach Pascal.
No faith in OBJ?
I'm so torn about OBJ this week. I'm worried about the injury. I'm worried about the other things that are going on in the team. I think he does have a good matchup. So this has been a tough one for me all week. But I decided since I'm mad at Baker Mayfield, I'm going to go slightly away from OBJ. Because Baker and I are having a fight. And I hope that my talks have been inspirational and he's going to snap out of it. But right now, we're not on good terms.
Definitely not on good terms. That was a harsh love letter. It was. Sanders or Montgomery?
Miles Sanders or Emmanuel Sanders?
I'm going to assume it's Miles.
Okay. Go Miles Sanders.
What about Miles Sanders?
I guess it's Sanders either way.
What about Miles Sanders or Devin Singletary?
Miles Sanders still.
Would you pick up Will Fuller? I have Debo, Dede, Thielen, and Metcalf. 1 point PPR.
Would I pick up Fuller and drop one of the others? No, I would just stay with what you have.
There you go. Need two. Ronald Jones, Tariq Cohen, or Matt Breida?
Oh, geez. I guess Jones and Breida.
Yeah, that's probably where I would go as well. Matty Ice or Jared Goff?
Jared Goff.
Christian Kirk or Tyler Boyd?
Christian Kirk.
Agreed. Julio, Debo, Beasley, Will Fuller. Need 3. So sit one of these guys.
Okay.
Julio Jones, Debo Samuel, Cole Beasley, Will Fuller.
Sit Cole Beasley.
Agreed. He buried the lead there. Need 3. Start with that, please. PPR need 1. Diggs, Gallup, or Debo Samuel?
Debo.
AJ Brown or Cortland Sutton?
AJ Brown.
Tannehill, Matt Ryan, Jameis Winston.
I think Tannehill, unless you really want to swing for the fences, then go Winston.
Agreed. Melvin Gordon or Raheem Mostert?
Raheem Mostert.
What about Melvin Gordon or Terry McLaurin, PPR flex spot?
I'd still go Gordon.
Duke Johnson, Carlos Hyde, or Justin Watson, PPR? How are you playing?
None of the above.
How are you in the playoffs with these?
Let me think about this. I might actually go Duke Johnson here. I think that they might use Duke more than Hyde in this situation.
I agree with that statement. I agree with you, Jen Piacenti.
Yeah.
Gallup, Kirk, Pascal, or Debo Samuel?
Debo.
Tom Brady or
one?
What's that? Yeah, only one.
I only get one.
You only get one. That's it.
I like that. Those are some good options.
They are, actually. Right? I don't mind Gallup, especially if Amari Cooper is going to be dealing with Jalen Ramsey the whole time.
And I don't mind Kirk either.
There you go. Tom Brady or Jimmy G?
Jimmy G.
Hunter Henry or Tyler Higbee?
Someone asked me this earlier. I'm going Henry.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility there. I think they're pretty even. I've got them both right next to each other. OBJ or AJ Brown? I'm going to assume you're going to say AJ Brown here.
I'm going to say AJ Brown.
Right. Flex play. Higbee, Miles Sanders, Michael Gallup, or Stephon Diggs?
Miles Sanders.
Ronald Jones or Adam Thielen? I'm going Thielen.
Adam Thielen.
Yeah, I'm going Thielen. OBJ or David Montgomery?
OBJ.
Melvin Gordon, Kareem Hunt, Austin Eckler need 2. Ooh, I'd go
Hunt and Eckler.
Yeah, me too. Connor, John Brown, T.Y. Hilton, or Raheem Mostert? Just one.
Mostert.
Debo or Kirk?
Kirk.
Eckler or Mack?
Eckler.
Henry or Waller?
Waller.
All right, let's try and hit some questions over here on the old YouTubes. Jacobs, Mostert, or Debo? Samuel?
Mostert.
Gesicki or Fant?
Gesicki.
What to do with James Conner? Well, listen, for me right now, it's a bench. You know, they say he's going to play, but he's sharing snaps with Samuel and Snell. So, unless you have like a Monday night pivot that you can like turn around and say, well, let me wait to see if there's more news about Conner, but I'm kind of avoiding him.
Guys, last time he went out on his first snap, he re-injured his shoulder. I just don't see how you can put any faith in it. And they already announced ahead of time he's sharing snaps. I don't think it's a good idea. And I wouldn't play James Conner.
I hear you.
Sorry, I know he's your stud, and I know you drafted him early, and it stinks, but wouldn't do it.
Oh, need 4. You ready for this one?
Okay.
Lockett, Emmanuel Sanders, Adam Thielen, Robert Woods, Michael Gallup.
Woods, Thielen, Lockett, Sanders.
Woods, Thielen, Lockett, Sanders. Book it, baby. Need some upside here. Need 2 in a PPR. Singletary, Devonta Freeman, Royce Freeman, Anthony Miller, Deontay Johnson, and Will Fuller.
You need upside, Miller, and Fuller.
Agreed. Definitely. I'm not really sure what this guy is asking. He's telling me his lineup for the first round of the playoffs. Congratulations. I don't know who Raymond Sotelo is, but dude, if you got a question, that's great. If not, beat it. I don't need to see the rest of your lineup here. We're trying to get some answers to some questions. Ann Dunn says Fant or Njoku in a PPR.
Njoku.
Wentz or Prescott?
Prescott.
Craig Crank says he's thinking Tannehill over Baker Mayfield.
I'm thinking so too.
All right. Goff or Trubisky?
Goff.
You want to drop one of those guys for Brissett or Carr?
No.
Need two in a PPR. Montgomery, Adrian Peterson, James White, Tevin Coleman. She's leaning AP and White.
I am too. I like that. AP and White.
Fant or Hollister?
Hollister.
Tannehill or Jimmy Grapes?
That's tough. Oh. Tannehill.
Bills or Cowboys defense?
Bills defense.
Gotcha. Let's see. Pick one quarterback. Eli Manning, Ryan Fitzpatrick, or Mitch Trubisky?
Mitch Trubisky.
Fitzpatrick or Brissett?
Fitzpatrick.
Would you start Goddard over Golden Tate? Why tight ends get 1.5 per reception?
Then yes.
There you go. Baker Mayfield, Eli Manning, or Mitch Trubisky?
Baker Mayfield.
Gotcha. We already got the Henry or the Higbee, especially with Robert Woods in the lineup. She says Henry, Pascal, or Eckler?
Eckler.
Kareem Hunt, Josh Jacobs, or Boston Scott?
Kareem Hunt.
Vikings D or Rams D?
Vikings.
Patrick Laird or Josh Jacobs?
Josh Jacobs.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't get down with Laird.
He's not that injured.
Right. Let's see. Oh, Rick Wolf with a question here. Needs two wide receivers and a flex. Really, Rick? 2 wide receivers and a flex? Are you going to tell me which way you're leaning? Josh Jacobs, Cortland Sutton, Darius Slayton, Anthony Miller, Zach Pascal, A.J. Brown, and Michael Gallup.
Okay, A.J. Brown. Wait, I need to write those down. One more time.
All right, so it's 2 receivers and a flex. Jacobs, Sutton, Slayton, Miller, Pascal, A.J. Brown, or Gallup?
Brown, Jacobs, and Miller. What do you think, Howard?
I think Rick needs to be setting his own lineups. No. I like A.J. Brown as well. I would play Josh Jacobs in the flex if I was able to. Yeah, I would probably go with Miller over Slayton and Pascal. Yeah, I mean Pascal. If T.Y. Hilton doesn't play, then Pascal will probably see a lot of Marshawn Lattimore. Slayton, again, I think that's a trap game.
I think it could be, and also they're saying now there's some winds that could affect the deeper throws. Can
Eli even throw a deeper throw?
That's the thing. I don't know. We're gonna find out. I played him in some DFS.
Need one: Tate, Pascal, or A.J. Brown?
Brown.
Yes. Need 2 for the flex: Higbee, Miller, Laird, Lindsey, Sanders, and Laird again. Apparently super excited about Laird as Ponch.
I'm going to go Lindsey and I think Higbee.
Lindsey and Higbee? Or what about Sanders? Miles Sanders?
Yeah, Sanders. I'm sorry. Lindsey and Sanders.
Yeah, Lindsey Sanders for me as well. All right. Let's see. Goff or Russell Wilson?
Wilson.
Exactly.
Get right game for Wilson. Get right game for Tyler Lockett. I'm on the train.
I am too. Jacobs, Duke Johnson, Cohen, or Boston Scott?
Jacobs.
Pick 2 for your flex. Mostert, Montgomery, Diggs, Pascal, Miller.
Mostert and Miller.
O.J. Howard or Noah Fant?
O.J. Howard.
Gallup or Thielen?
Gallup.
I agree. Leaning towards starting Fitzpatrick.
Thielen's probably seeing Casey Hayward Jr., right? Wouldn't you think?
No, actually, Stephon Diggs is going to see Casey Hayward.
Think he will?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it kind of opens up Thielen a little bit more. But, I mean, again, I have no problem using Thielen. I know he had a setback the last time he tried to come back a little early from it. I don't think they're going to make the same mistake twice. I could be crazy, though. Let's see. I'm leaning starting Fitzpatrick and DeAndre Washington in a PPR over Carr and Drake for upside. Well, I can't get behind the DeAndre Washington with Jacobs playing, but I definitely like Fitzpatrick over Carr for upside.
Yeah.
James Conner is splitting tonight, so should I still start him over Lockett? No.
No.
Better smile this morning, Bender or Jen? It's got to be you. Jen the muscle.
Jen the muscle.
It's you, Diesel Pipes.
I'm really tough, guys. Really tough.
All right, Crusher.
You don't want to meet me in a dark alley.
No. Might bite my ankle. Cousins or Fitzpatrick?
Fitzpatrick.
Tate, Brown, or Pascal?
Pascal.
Really? I'm going Brown. I'm going A.J. Brown.
Which Brown? Oh, I thought you were talking about John Brown.
Why would I talk about John Brown when everybody's talking about A.J. Brown?
A.J. Brown is the answer, obviously. My bad.
All right, but would you go Parker, Devontae Parker, or A.J. Brown?
I would still go A.J. Brown. I don't trust Parker in the concussion, plus his quarterback isn't as good.
Oh, there you go. Beep. Mac, Laird, or Jones? I don't know which Jones. I'm assuming
Ronald
it's going to be.
Jones?
Is it either Ronald Jones or Aaron Jones? If it's Aaron Jones, I'm going Aaron Jones.
Then it's Aaron Jones. Otherwise, it's Mac.
Yeah, if it's Ronald Jones, then it's Mac. Brashad Perriman or Anthony Miller?
Anthony Miller.
With snow in Kansas City, should I start Mahomes or put in Tannehill?
I think you'll feel better starting Tannehill, and I think you'll probably end up with about the same results.
There you go. Fitzpatrick or Brissett?
Fitzpatrick.
James Conner or John Brown?
John Brown.
Yeah. Oh, Anthony Miller or Zach Pascal?
Zach Pascal.
Pick one for the flex. James Conner, Brashad Perriman, or Anthony Miller?
Anthony Miller.
Keenan Allen or Darius Slayton? Hunter Henry is already in the lineup.
Keenan Allen still.
Keenan Allen still for me as well.
Yeah.
No doubt. All right, let's go over to Facebook, see who's got
Facebook.
what here. Hi, Facebook.
What's up, Facebook? What's going on?
Yo.
Happy Sunday. Happy holidays.
So happy about it. Well, don't give me the happy holidays nonsense.
Look, I have to bring the joy.
You do, because I'm gonna warn you. This is a little something that you don't know about me, Jen.
Howard's a little salty this morning.
I'm a little salty anyway. You know what? I mean, that's just bottom line. All right. And when it gets closer to the holiday time, the grumpier I actually get.
He becomes a Grinch.
I do. Well, this is what happens when you take the one Jewish kid in class and you make him Ebenezer Scrooge in the holiday play every single year. Every year. And what did the teachers say? The teachers were like, oh, well, you did such a great job last year. And you already know all the lines. Really? You can't
Wow.
let me be Marley's ghost and take a year off just once? Just once? No.
But Ebenezer Scrooge is the lead.
Yeah, oh, I get
So
that.
that's like a big compliment. That means they think that you're really the best one.
Let me ask you a question, Jen. If you were to pick an actor to compare me to, would I be a leading man like Tom Cruise or a character actor like Joe Pesci?
I was thinking more like Chris Farley.
Am I that fat? That's so hurtful.
No, you're that funny.
So hurtful.
You're that funny.
Odell Beckham, Amari Cooper, Golden Tate. I'm not speaking to Jen anymore.
He called me ugly last week.
I said your hat was ugly.
You said I looked ugly.
In that hat. It's okay.
Amari Cooper who?
I'm telling Dad. I'm telling Dad, when Dad pies you in the face again, you're in trouble. You're going to be concussed like at Steffernans. Odell Beckham, Amari Cooper, Golden Tate. PPR.
Amari Cooper.
Need 3 out of this group of wide receivers. Amari Cooper, Cooper Kupp, Tyler Lockett, Davante Adams, A.J. Brown.
Really? Davante Adams.
Lockett and Brown.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you going Amari Cooper?
I was going to go Amari Cooper.
Over
Lockett.
Ah, okay. So Jen says Cooper, Adams, and Brown. Howard says Lockett, Adams, and Brown. Tannehill or Dak Prescott?
Tannehill.
Slayton or McLaurin?
Slayton.
Need a flex play here. Full point PPR. Emmanuel Sanders, Adam Thielen, A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf.
Emmanuel Sanders.
Need 2 of the following. Tyler Boyd, D.D. Westbrook, Sterling Shepard, Terry McLaurin, or Deebo Samuel.
D.D. Westbrook and Deebo Samuel.
There you go. Look at you. D.D. Westbrook and Deebo Samuel. She says, I'm going to actually say D.D. Westbrook and Terry McLaurin. I just feel like McLaurin's going to end up with one of those garbage time touchdowns, long, deep, against, who's he up against? Oh, Ronald Darby is the cornerback.
And he's kind of due, too, McLaurin.
Oh, I love the he's due theory. I do.
It works for Mike Williams.
That's a favorite of mine. He's due. I'm telling you, he's due.
He's due.
I got Julio Jones in a GPP lineup. Why? Because he's due.
He's due.
Doesn't matter that there's injuries in the secondary for San Francisco. He's due.
He's due.
He's due. AJ Brown or Cortland Sutton.
AJ Brown.
Oh, kill me now. Need 2 wide receivers. OBJ, Cooper Kupp, Devontae Parker. Oh, and tight end. Oh, and then there's a tight end. So need 2 wide receivers. OBJ, Kupp, and Parker.
Kupp and Parker.
And now he needs a tight end. Ian Thomas or Jared Cook?
Jared Cook.
Ian Thomas or Mike Gesicki?
Mike Gesicki.
Mike Gesicki.
Mike Gesicki.
Now I'm just getting punchy. Now it's all. Can you tell I haven't slept? Can you tell?
I feel so bad for Ebenezer Scrooge here.
Bah, humbug.
I want to play Tiny Tim. If we do like a fantasy alarm version, can I be Tiny Tim? I think I could be really good lame and be like, I have the whole.
God bless you, everyone. Come on.
God bless you. God bless us, everyone. I think that's my part.
Bravo.
Or I could be the ghost of Christmas future. Do you know that movie Scrooged?
I do know that movie Scrooged.
I like that. I love that movie actually. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies because Bill Murray is.
He's what?
He's so funny. Now you guys know I like Bill Murray.
Who doesn't like Bill Murray?
I don't know. Probably somebody.
Ned Ryerson. Bing! Noah Fant, Ian Thomas, or Mike Gesicki.
Mike Gesicki.
Need three in a PPR. Adams, Galladay, Hill, Cooper, Diggs.
Adams, Galladay, and Hill.
Agreed. I have Zeke and Barkley starting, leaning Gurley over Kamara for my flex. I agree.
Yeah, it's horrible that it's come to this, but come on.
That's where we're at.
Yeah.
It's the state of where we're in right now. It's like Kamara sucks. OBJ sucks.
Saquon, I think Saquon should have a good game today, but even Saquon, I mean.
Right. If Saquon doesn't have a good game against Miami, I'm done with football. I'm done. I will not be here for week 16 or 17. I will probably not be around for the playoffs if Saquon Barkley does not have a good game today. So if you like this would your face, you better be praying for Saquon Barkley.
Otherwise, it's just going to be Tiny Tim here next week. Praying for God to bless us.
We'll put like a mannequin over in this spot for me. Or one of those pillows in the shape of a human that people sleep with. We'll just prop them up here.
It's a blow-up doll, yeah.
Well, I didn't want to say that, Jen, but listen, you know what? If you want to talk about your sex life, okay, fine. It's a blow-up doll. Oh, I'm sorry. Is your dad watching? Oh,
I feel seen.
I feel seen. You can't see me. You can't see me. Standard scoring. He needs one. OBJ, Julio Jones, Zach Pascal, or Robert Woods?
Robert Woods.
Robert Woods I mean, I dig Robert Woods as far as the opportunities go. So hard to go against Julio.
It's Julio. Yeah.
Full PPR need one. Beasley, John Brown, or Sammy Watkins?
I guess you got to go Beasley.
I got to go Beasley, too. Beasley.
Oh.
Sit one. Fuller, Adams, T.Y. Hilton, or John Brown?
Sit T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's going to actually play. It's a game time decision, folks.
And you don't want to wait till Monday and find out he's not playing because then you're screwed. Screwed like Scrooge.
PPR. Miller, Conley, Amendola, or Deontay Johnson / James Washington?
How many do I get?
A one? I don't know. It says with Ridley and Chark are both out. So why don't you give me your
Maybe
top two out of that?
Okay. Miller. And who were my other options?
Amendola, Conley, Deontay Johnson, or James Washington.
Actually, it's nasty, but Amendola.
Yeah, it is a little nasty.
Kind of gross, but yeah.
Against that Tampa secondary, dude's going to see 6-7 targets today.
Yeah.
Yep. So there you go. Miller and then Amendola if you need more than one. Oh, he says only pick one. So there you go. I should keep reading down the...
No need to overachieve.
I really don't, do I?
No.
I don't. No. John Brown, Terry McLaurin, or Deebo Samuel?
Deebo Samuel.
I say McLaurin. Flex, 1 point PPR. Mixon or Kirk?
Kirk.
Need two wide receivers. Keenan Allen, John Brown, D.D. Westbrook, Darius Slayton, Adam Thielen.
Keenan Allen and Darius Slayton.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ooh. DFS, McCaffrey or Barkley, or both, or pay down at running back and up for a wide receiver. Well, Graham, it depends on what kind of a lineup you're putting together here. If you're putting together a GPP lineup, well, then you can probably take some more chances with bargain wide receivers, and then you got McCaffrey and Barkley in there. But, I mean, listen, I look at these lineups. Barkley is a cash game play for me. I think the ownership percentages are going to be high enough. The matchup is strong. Getting McCaffrey into your lineups, that to me, that's GPP only. I can't do it in cash games. It's 10K on FanDuel, 10-4 on DraftKings. It's so hard. There's not enough value on today's slate. And don't say Patrick Laird, because that to me is not value. That's bad chalk. Eckler, Lockett, Thielen, full point PPR, need one.
Ooh, go Eckler.
Seattle defense or Green Bay defense?
Seattle.
James White or Devonta Freeman?
Devonta Freeman, just because he's probably going to get opportunity. We just don't know about James White.
Correct. I'll say this, though. If Edelman is out,
then James White.
James White.
Got a pass catcher and a runner.
Oh, I'm just hearing a little whisper in my ear. Matt Sells says Edelman is active. Safe to get him back into those lineups.
Do it.
Oh, Stephen Feely wants to know, do you prefer a full point PPR, the mensch on the bench, or Tickle Me Elmo?
Mensch on the bench all the way. I've had so many people ask me about my Howard Bender doll, where they can get one. I don't have him with me, the mensch on the bench, unfortunately, but he brings lots of good luck. And if you don't know about the whole Jerusalem baseball team, anyway, we'll go into that later.
Okay. Higbee or Goddard?
Goddard.
Slayton or A.J. Brown?
A.J. Brown.
Winston or Tannehill?
Tannehill, unless you really listen, if you played Lamar Jackson, if you played someone who played Lamar Jackson, then you need to play Jameis Winston. Otherwise, Tannehill.
Yeah. Waller, Parker, or Drake in the flex? Half point PPR.
I like Waller.
Oh, I love this question. Should I just drop AJ Green?
I'm sorry, you still have AJ Green?
Let's get a moment of silence here for Joey Carr's potential success as a fantasy player. Why in the world are we here in week 15 and we're answering questions about AJ Green? Do you really think that AJ Green's A, going to come back and play at this point of the season, and B, would you trust him in your lineups with Andy Dalton under center? Come on, people.
So yes, drop AJ Green.
No. Keep him. Keep him on your roster. That's what I'm going to say. You know what? I'm going the other way. Yes, keep him on your roster, and if he's active next week, you start him.
Play him.
100%. 100%. You bench DeAndre Hopkins for AJ Green. That's my advice for anybody who still has AJ Green. How about that? I need two. Marlon Mack, Michael Gallup, Devin Singletary, or Sanders.
Which Sanders?
Could be Emmanuel. Could be Miles.
Could be Miles.
Don't know.
I don't. Marlon Mack. Would you say Marlon Mack?
I said Marlon Mack, Michael Gallup, Devin Singletary, or Sanders.
Let's just go Mack and Gallup.
Mack and Gallup. I like it. Share the T-shirt, Howard. The flannel is blocking it. Why don't you?
Oh, what's the T-shirt?
It's my DraftKings King of the Beach T-shirt.
Oh.
Trying to give myself some good mojo.
You know where you can get good mojo? If you don't want to deal with, daily, just go over to Play Score, y'all. Go over to Play Score. You don't have to worry about the daily, the salaries, the lineup. It's literally like playing almost like a scratch-off lotto ticket. It's so fun. It's quick. You have head-to-head matchups. You pick which player you think is going to be better today. Boop, boop, boop. Done. Put it in. It's easy. It's fast. It's fun. You can sign up online, fantasyalarm.com/easy. If you use code ALARM, all caps, they'll match up to $25 with your first deposit. And guess what? Brian Urlacher is playing it today. I found out. So, and I had a little FaceTime chat yesterday with one Mr. Terrell Owens. Not to name drop.
And are either one of them playing?
And I asked him today. I asked him who he liked in the Dallas Rams game, and he said Amari Cooper, Cooper Kupp, and Robert Woods. So basically, he likes everybody we like. So there you go.
How do we feel about Cooper Kupp? Cooper Kupp not seeing the snap count that he was. They're doing a lot more 12 personnel formations, using 2 tight ends. That gives him the extra blocker, and it frees up Tyler Higbee for the pass.
Yeah, I do think that Tyler Higbee's getting some of Cooper Kupp. And, and they're not using their wide receivers to block at all. So they're putting Higbee in there and smart. I don't think that Cooper Kupp is. I think Woods is the guy right now.
I think Woods is the guy as well. Beautiful. I'm being told the inactives are in. We'll take a look at that in just a second. Let's just whip through some more questions. Let's rapid fire it here because they're piling up because apparently everybody in FA Nation is in the playoffs. So congratulations.
Which is amazing. You guys are awesome. I can't believe how many of you are in the playoffs. It's amazing. It's wonderful.
OBJ or Higbee?
Higbee.
AJ Brown or Devontae Parker?
AJ Brown.
Devontae Parker or DK Metcalf?
DK Metcalf.
Wilson or Winston?
Wilson.
Wentz or Mayfield?
Wentz.
Parker or Kirk?
Kirk.
Sit one, Fuller, Hilton, Devontae Adams or John Brown?
Hilton.
Yes. Over under on AB in rehab or jail in 2020. Couldn't care less. Antonio Brown's a douche. Need two. Full point PPR. Russell Gage, Anthony Miller, Latavius Murray.
Gage and Miller.
Cousins or Tannehill?
Tannehill.
Would you go Hollister over Higbee? He's already starting Gurley and Woods.
Nah, it doesn't matter.
Does not matter, she says. Let's see. Yes, Salty Howard Bender. Ryan Bailey's. What's up, dude?
They love
talking to Ryan and Cheyenne last night, making their picks for the pie bet. Love it. I love it. Did you see when they nailed Ryder coming back from wrestling practice in the car?
So adorable.
Love that.
I love that family. Did you know Cheyenne used to own a coffee shop?
Did you know that Cheyenne's family helped carve Mount Rushmore? How about that?
Stop. Did you know that Cheyenne's family is definitely not on meth?
Well, no. I saw the video. They say they're on it. They say they're on. They said it in unison. Sony Michelle or Ronald Jones?
Sony Michelle.
I agree. Boston Scott, Anthony Miller, Darius Slayton, Deebo Samuel, or Zach Pascal? Need one.
Deebo Samuel.
Cup or Lockett?
Lockett.
Amendola over Miller?
Yes.
Yep. Should I start Winston or Jimmy G?
Again, it just depends. I think Jimmy G is safer if you need to swing for the fences and start Winston. I don't think Jimmy G is going to have, a massive game again.
I'm with you. This guy went against Lamar Jackson. So would you start Dak Prescott or Ryan Tannehill?
I would start Ryan Tannehill.
I would as well. Let's go to, where are the inactives? Let's just get to those nice and quick. Again, folks, if we don't get to your question, fantasyalarm.com. You got the chat room right there, and they'll help you out. Denver, Kansas City, Damian Williams inactive. Nobody else of any major consequence. Tampa against Detroit. We already knew Mike Evans was going to be out. Stafford. Bo Scarborough is officially inactive. Not that Detroit uses the running game anyway.
More Danny Amendola.
Oh, look at this. Texans, Titans. Kiki Kute is inactive. That dude is the worst. That dude is like made out of glass. It's unbelievable. Adoree Jackson is officially inactive. So is Adam Humphries, which means that you got to light it up with Fuller and Hopkins today. That's going to be a treat. Miami against the Giants.
Evan Ingram.
Evan Ingram is inactive because he's a wuss. So is Rhett Ellison. So if you got a tight end named Caden Smith,
sorry about that.
Seahawks, Panthers. Luke Wilson is inactive. Shaquille Griffin, Ziggy Ansah, they are inactive for Seattle. On the Carolina side, Greg Olson officially inactive. Bears, Packers. Taylor Gabriel, Danny Trevathan, they are both inactive. For the Packers, Ryan Grant. Nobody else of any consequence. Patriots, Bengals. Jason McCourty is out. Oh, that should free up AJ Green. Oh, nope, sorry. AJ Green's inactive today. Kill me now. Eagles, Redskins, Nelson Aguilar, Jordan Howard, offensive tackle Lane Johnson. They are all inactive for the Eagles. Trey Quinn is the only name of any remote consequence. Well, him and Quentin Dunbar. Quentin Dunbar being out. I kind of like that for, how about super sleeper Greg Ward?
Ooh.
He's like one of 2 active wide receivers for that team. And I'm sorry, but I can't go with J.J. Arthur-Whiteside.
You can't do it. He's from Barcelona.
He's
Spanish.
Barcelona.
He's Spanish.
If you want to take a look at the rest of the inactives, fantasyalarm.com/NFL/inactives. Let's get back to some questions and answers here. I don't know where we were. Where was I? Where was I, Jen?
I don't know. I think the answer was AJ Brown.
The answer is
because the answer is pretty much always AJ Brown today.
All right. Did we get Edelman, Slayton, or Miles Sanders? Did we answer that one?
No, we didn't. We would go Edelman.
Mixon or Kirk? I feel like we did get these.
Kirk.
Maybe they're all the same. Jimmy G or Matty Ice?
Jimmy G.
John Brown, Zach Pascal, OBJ?
OBJ.
Miles Sanders or David Montgomery?
Miles Sanders.
Josh Jacobs, Miles Sanders or Devin Singletary?
Miles. No, still Josh Jacobs.
Yeah. Oh, we got a bunch of those. All right. See, now all of a sudden, now I'm like highlighting with the cursor. It's telling me how long ago we were there. Ooh. Tom Brady or Jimmy G?
Jimmy G.
Jimmy G.
Jimmy G. What is that, battle of the handsome quarterbacks? Ooh.
Deebo Samuel or Christian Kirk?
Christian Kirk.
Eckler or Mack?
Ooh. Eckler.
Henry or Waller?
Waller.
Lockett, Pascal, Fuller, Westbrook?
Only one?
Only one.
Sheesh. Go Lockett. I know it's going to be hard.
Lockett. It's your birthday. Metcalf, Ian Thomas, or David Montgomery?
Metcalf.
In a standard league, need 2 out of A.J. Brown, Stephon Diggs, DJ Moore.
A.J. Brown and DJ Moore.
Agreed. Deebo, Samuel, or OBJ?
Deebo.
Lockett or Westbrook?
Ooh, Lockett.
Westbrook or DK Metcalf?
Metcalf.
Mack or Gallup?
Mac.
Ooh, Chicago deep dish, New York style, or Rick Piacenti special?
Rick Piacenti special. Is that my dad?
No, that is not
really?
Your dad. It's not your dad.
Oh, wow.
Just everybody knows about your dad's pizza.
Yeah, because you know what? I think my dad's golfing.
Dad's golfing right now?
Must be nice to be Rick. Must be nice to be Rick. We're working. We're up early, and Dad's out golfing. Got his kids, like, earning the keep.
Well, he did give us that allowance for all those years.
I had to mow the lawn.
I just had to be your friend.
You earned yours.
Need a running back to go with CMC. AP or McCoy?
AP.
When against Jackson, need a high ceiling. Westbrook, DK Metcalf, or Deebo Samuel?
Westbrook.
I'm just going to put my hat down all the way so nobody can see me. I'm just going to go into the privacy of my own self.
If you can't see them, they definitely can't see you. That's a really good way to think about it. Yeah, that's smart. That's smart. You're about as smart as the guy still rostering AJ Green right now.
Oh,
That's
zing,
cute.
Joey Carr, zing. See, you can't come. This is not a safe space. This is not a safe space. Not for AJ Green owners still. Breeze, Wilson, or Watson? 2 out of the 3.
Oh, why? Why must we choose? Breeze and Watson.
Breeze and Watson. Need one full point PPR. Sony Michel, David Montgomery, Kenyon Drake, James Conner, or Devonta Freeman.
One. I need one.
God.
Devonta Freeman.
I'm going to say Sony Michel.
Okay.
Full point PPR. Do I pivot to Miles Sanders even if Edelman plays? Decoy concerns? No decoy concerns. Patriots are going to use Edelman as a decoy. Who else are they going to give it to? Jacoby Myers? Sit one, Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, Leonard Fournette, Saquon Barkley.
No, don't sit one. I guess sit Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, I would say so. They'll abandon the ground game if they fall behind, which they probably will. Miles Sanders or Patrick Laird?
Miles Sanders.
Defense help. Green Bay, Tampa Bay, Detroit, or the Giants? I like Tampa, actually.
Tampa Bay. Yeah.
Tampa Bay on the road has actually been a really solid defense, and they're going up against David Blau. So, gimme. Pittsburgh D, Bills D, Philly D, or KCD?
KCD.
KCD. Duke or Devonta?
Devonta.
Lockett, Pascal, Westbrook, Fuller. Only one.
Gosh, I hate this.
I'm going to say Lockett.
Lockett, yeah.
Or, could go Fuller.
Fuller.
I don't mind Fuller either.
Fuller's either huge or nothing. So I think Lockett's got to get right, though, this weekend.
Winston or Josh Allen?
Winston.
Landry, need 2 of these. Landry, Diggs, Cooper, Fuller.
Landry and Cooper.
Freeman, Montgomery, Njoku.
Devonta Freeman?
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Devonta Freeman.
Tannehill or Winston?
Again, I think we've been asked this a lot. Again, the answer for this question is, if you want to feel safe, play Ryan Tannehill. He's going to give you a good game, we suspect. If you have to really have total home run, like you played Lamar Jackson, your opponent played Lamar Jackson, then you got to go Winston. You got to swing for the fences.
There you go. Connor, Deebo Samuel, or A.J. Brown?
A.J. Brown.
Laird or Connor?
Laird.
Saints or Bucks D?
Bucks.
A.J. Brown, James White, or Deebo Samuel?
A.J. Brown.
I guess this is a worried about Henry. In a 37. Listen, no, you start Derrick
Henry?
Yeah, you start Derrick Henry. You have to.
He's going to play.
If you're looking for upside over, Henry, Mixon, and Drake, you got to go with Henry. You got to. Mike Williams, Will Fuller, Shepard, or Pascal? Is Mike Williams catching another touchdown, Jen?
I think he might. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say go for Will Fuller here.
All right. McCoy or AP?
AP.
All right, hang on 1 second. I just got to yell at somebody. I mean, I don't know if to yell at.
Is it me? Sometimes it's me.
On the live stream every Sunday morning. No time to answer questions right now. Go to fantasyalarm.com. How about that? Stop sending me screenshots of your stupid team. I don't care. It's not that I don't care. I can't do it. I just can't do it, people. Sorry.
Hawaii. I'm starting the GoFundMe. We're sending him to Hawaii.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Look at that. This says 123 new messages coming up. We're never going to get to it. Got 5 minutes left in the live stream. Wow. Just a lot of people.
We can do it. Just
a lot of people. Wow. I mean, that was only on Periscope. That wasn't even including YouTube or Facebook. So super sorry, people. Again, fantasyalarm.com. There's a chat room right there. You'll be able to get all of your questions answered because Jen and I are not going to be able to get all these. Sorry, man. It's unbelievable. You know, I literally sat there yesterday and I, take a little breather here from the questions just for a moment because we're never going to get to them all. We're never going to get to them. Fantasyalarm.com/chat. I sat there yesterday. You ready for this? You want to know how I spent my Saturday? Here's how I spent my Saturday, Jen.
Tell me.
I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning and continued to do research and work for the playbook. So from 4 to 9, it was research, the playbook, getting all of that done. Then from like 9:30 to 10:30, I recorded the podcast with John and Pemba. From 10:30 to noon, all right, I answered questions on Twitter. From 12 to about 2:30, I sat and had lunch with my wife and just kind of hung out with her for a little bit.
Wow. Aww.
Right. Adorable. And then from 2:30 in the afternoon till about 9:30 at night, I just sat there and answered questions on Twitter. Like caught up from the day before, all of that stuff. And yet still, here we are, 200 plus messages into this live stream, and I got nothing. I got nothing left in the tank here.
He's done, guys.
I might have to tap out. So
but the good news is if you go to fantasyalarm.com, those guys are not tapped out. They are ready to go, and they're probably a lot smarter than me. So ask them.
Let's get some final thoughts on some games then. All right, so here you go. I'll just ask some Q&A. Do you trust Jameis Winston with the thumb issue?
Yes. Because you know what? Here's how I feel about it. You've already trusted Jameis Winston this far. He's gotten you this far. We know the guy's thrown 23 picks on this season, but last week he also threw for like 456 yards. So the thing is, if you're playing Jameis Winston, you know what you're getting. It's a big role. You can get something huge or you can get nothing. You're still going to trust Jameis Winston. He's still got Chris Godwin. Doesn't matter. I would go for it.
You are trusting of Julian Edelman active for today's game?
Yep. He's the only receiver Brady really has. He'll be fine.
Okay. Let's see. The snow in Kansas City versus Denver. Is that pivoting you off of anyone in particular?
No, not really, but it does make me like Lindsey just a little bit more, maybe a little less off, Cortland Sutton. I don't know, but I think that it'll be a little bit more of a ground game. Phillip Lindsay already looked good. I think that's a strong play.
Miami at the New York Giants.
Yeah.
Are you buying into this game?
What do you mean by buying into it? I think Eli Manning might have some fun. It's his last game at home.
Is this a game stack? Is this like let's throw in as many players as we can?
I did.
You did a game stack?
I did.
I gotta hear this lineup. What's this lineup?
Yes, I did. It's I can't remember. It's maybe I think it's like Eli, Slayton, Saquon, and then I think it's Gesicki.
Parker coming back?
Yeah, probably Gesicki, Parker. And then a few others thrown in there.
All right.
Hey, you never know.
You never know. You're super down on Baker Mayfield.
Well, I am, because Baker Mayfield is disappointing and he's just kind of a jerk. That being said, we did have a big pep talk this week. It's possible he could have a bounce back. Howard and John like Baker this week. Don't let my annoyance with him sway you too much, but I still am. Baker's still on my bench. I'm not playing him.
Rams against your Dallas Cowboys. It's a 49 over under. Are you stacking this one?
Nope. I'm staying away from it so that I can just enjoy it.
I actually like a Goff Gurley Woods stack with Gallup coming back.
I like that.
There you go. All right. Well, then that's going to do it for us here. Again, people, fantasyalarm.com. They've got the chat room over there. I've got to deal with some lineups, example lineups for the site. Jen might be on to. Jen, are you going to be on Twitter for the next hour?
Probably not.
Probably.
I'm leaning towards no.
All right. Well, there you go. So fantasyalarm.com. Go to the chat room right there. We'll take care of you. We promise.
We will.
Don't forget about the fantasy football pie bet. Hashtag FFPieBet. You cannot take. Who do we take this week? Michael Thomas, DeAndre Hopkins, Julian Edelman, and who was the other? Oh, Jarvis Landry. So you can't take any of those 4 guys. All right, but you can compete against us. Hashtag FFPieBet. Tweet it at RotoBuzzGuy. At Fantasy Alarm. Just make sure you use that hashtag so we can dig those up and find them. It's all for a great cause, the children's fund. Let's make their holidays even more special by jumping into the pie bet. The more you guys jump in, the more we donate from fantasyalarm.com. Right. Big thanks to Matt Sells, our producer for today. For Jen Piacenti, I'm Howard Bender. Thanks for tuning into the Fantasy Alarm live stream. We're out of here.